This is the Atlantic Soccer Media Group, bringing you UPSL soccer coverage.
We are live here from Birmingham, Alabama, Lawson Field. FC Birmingham U23s welcoming Atlanta City FC. My name is Drew Dickinson on behalf of Atlantic Soccer Media Group. Thanks for joining us. I'm alongside Larry Weaver today. Got quite the interesting matchup. This is a first for me for calling the U23s this season, so I'm looking forward to this, Larry. The delayed kickoff, there was some traffic in the area.
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup, Drew. We have two teams here that have a little bit different setup so far this season in the West region. Atlanta City U19s, no points so far this season, whereas you've got FC Birmingham U23s sitting right in about mid-table with 7 points. This is the first time that FC Birmingham has fielded a U23 team here in the UPSL Division 1.
They're riding high, though, Larry. Two wins in a row. They had a 3-2 victory last week over KSA and 4-0 victory over Potros the week before that. And just a shot on goal there just goes wide for Birmingham. It's going to be a goal kick. They've had 7 goals scored for themselves the last 2 games, have Birmingham, so they're going to be looking to capitalize on that once again. It'll be a goal kick for the visitors.
Well, and everything in the FC Birmingham organization has really taken a change with Coach Goldfarb taking over as the Premier Division head coach. And you see that trickles down all the way to the Division 1 team.
Atlanta City playing some nice defense, trying to get out of their own center box here. FC Birmingham not making it easy for them early on this afternoon. Birmingham coming down that left side. Still trying to feel each other out early. Jason Mejia. Ball is dispossessed by City. Trying to mount an attack up the right side of their own half here. But Birmingham playing some good defense, but City win the ball back. Lots of time and space for City out on the right side. City wearing the all-black kits. Black jerseys, black numbers. Going to make it a little bit difficult for us to tell today. But we'll do our best nonetheless. And Birmingham, of course, in their traditional all blue. Birmingham are going from right to left. City going from left to right. City have the ball just about 25 out. Dispossessed once again by FC Birmingham. It's going to be a foul on City. Free kick for Birmingham. Big free kick right up the middle. Can run onto it. He's got the goalkeeper to beat. He beats the goalkeeper to the right. Wide open goal. And it's going to be 1-0 for Birmingham with 3 minutes into the game. Beats the goalkeeper clean. 1-0 FC Birmingham U23s.
That was a sensational.
Oh, my bad, Larry. Go ahead, pal.
No, I was going to say that was a sensational goal there for FC Birmingham U23. We'll take another look at that real quick.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Captain Colby Copeland with his 3rd goal of the season.
You see that ball over the top. He's just able to get past the defender, works around the keeper, slots it into the back of the net for an easy 1-0 start.
22-year-old from Gulf Breeze, Florida, puts his 3rd in the back of the net for the season. He's now the solo leading goal scorer here for this FC Birmingham U23s. Interesting story about Mr. Copeland, Larry. He was a practice player walk-on at the University of Alabama, Birmingham. So you can tell just by the goal and by that sentence I just said, he's got the heart and the desire to play this game.
Well, as we know, being a walk-on for anything, especially a college team, is not easy.
Shot on goal attempt there by Fabian Macias. Deflected off of Atlanta City. Here they come up their left side, dispossessed once again by the home team. They got some time and space in the midfield to work with.
And like I was saying earlier, Drew, both of these two teams not having exactly the season that they would like. Currently, as it stood before the match, FC Birmingham had a -5 goal differential. Unfortunately for Atlanta City U19s, they are sitting at a unfortunate negative 42.
Oh man. Larry, can
I-
you
I-
repeat? Can you repeat that one more time, just in case they
Yes.
weren't listening back home?
Atlanta City U19 have a negative 42 goal differential for this season.
Man. Okay, well we'll digress and we'll move on from that. If you didn't hear that, I apologize, but that's outstanding. And we're gonna have a goal kick here for Birmingham. 5 minutes into the game, FC Birmingham lead Atlanta City FC U19s 1-0. A beautiful free kick led to some open space for the captain, Colby Covington. Beats the goalkeeper, slots it in the back of the net, 1-0. So far, this Birmingham squad's been able to put some passes together, just not having a strong enough midfield. I'm sure they'll clean that up as time goes on. Atlanta City FC trying to mount an attack on their right side. Way to get stuck in there for Birmingham, but Atlanta City still fighting. Going to be cleared out for a throw-in for the visitors, Lair.
And that's one of the things that you would hope during training. You would figure that the U23s and the premier team, they work together to be able to practice on a weekly basis with someone like Tyreek Davis from the premier team, who just controls that midfield. It can only help these younger kids.
Another long ball attempt up the middle. It is successful for Birmingham. Fabian Macias beats one man in the inside. He's got some space. Shot on goal attempt. Hits off the inside of the post. Goalkeeper's lucky here. Well, it looks like it'll be offside anyways. Fabian Macias with 2 chances here in the last 2 minutes for FC Birmingham. Pulls it to the inside. Tries to put it far post. Goes off the actual post itself. But the linesman puts the flag up for offside.
That's surprising. I didn't think Fabian looked offside, but
We move on from here, Lair.
exactly.
Atlanta City FC with the long ball up the right side, unsuccessful. Birmingham are able to win the ball back and do a long switch across the middle to the right side. Dangerous switch, but it was successful nonetheless. Unsuccessful was a pass down the right wing for Birmingham, dispossessed by Atlanta City. Right in front of their bench is Birmingham trying to defend the ball from Atlanta City, but they're unsuccessful. Atlanta City still in possession. Nice little bit of skill for Atlanta City. Once again, nice skill. Birmingham doing a little too much diving in, stabbing. That one was successful, though, as they win the ball back in the midfield, and Birmingham look to find some space over the top, and they do once again. Fabian Macias, and he puts it in the back of the net. The 19-year-old from Montgomery, Alabama, puts Birmingham on top 2-0, and we are just 8 minutes in, and Birmingham are looking to run away with this one, Larry.
Did not look offside on that one by any stretch of the imagination. Let's take a look at that one more time. You see another ball over the top, but this time pulls it in between the 2 defenders, pulls the keeper out, and then slots it in to the net for the 2-0 lead.
FC Birmingham looking very good early on. Lots of time left in the game.
It's the only thing I will say, Drew, it is working for them right now, but you don't want to hold all of your cards on the long ball. You want to move through this midfield, work down this field. If you have success like that with a long ball, you tend to get a little too overconfident. Nice little move there by number 40. Tried to take a shot just into the arms of the keeper. This has been a very productive first 10 minutes of the match for the U23s. Has another shot on goal, just got his wrist on it. That was a good save by the keeper. Great little shot that was taken there by number 66, Salome. Head coach of the U23s, Grigol, has definitely got the boys in a positive vibe today. Looking really well. Starting to pass it a little bit more, not putting everything on that long ball. It's what we want to see. You don't want to just hold all the positive play on just long balls. Conversation going on between the center ref and the AR as the center ref was out of position for that. It was the ball went out of bounds for a goal kick, but the center ref was behind the ball, so he had to rely on the AR's call.
Ball's coming down the right side. Nice defense once again. Birmingham looking awfully confident with that back three today, Lair. And look at me. Curse of the announcer, but he's able to win it back.
Always the curse. But I have to say, this is here's another mistake.
Can Atlanta City capitalize on another FC Birmingham mistake in their own defensive third? We'll find out shortly. Birmingham are able to keep that confidence, clear it away. Some space out here on the right side. If he's onside, he's got all day long time and space. Has Macias at the far post, and the ball goes off the Atlanta City player to make it 3-0. We have an own goal situation here, Larry. Nonetheless, Macias was wide open at the back post, looking for his brace. 3-0 home team.
Another beautiful run of play by the U23s. We see it again on the replay. Down the right side, smart play to put it into the box. Kind of between a bounce off of 41 and also off of the defender. Almost kind of like Chelsea this morning with Loftus-Cheek.
Yes. Good comparison. Well,
that was 41.
We'll let the powers that be decide who gets that one, but we'll go ahead and say we got a brace so far, 12 minutes in for Mr. Macias, and I'm sure he's going to be hungry for more, Larry.
Fabian's going to say that was his all the way.
Oh, yeah. Just like his favorite player, Chicharito. He looks like a little poacher himself, doesn't he, Larry? Poacher in the making.
But, I was going to say, this is usually we cover the Premier team. This is our first time covering the Division I team, and so far they have the same mentality, the same attack, as you see right here, as the Premier team.
You know what, Larry? We've got two number 41s, folks. So that darn well could be Jason Vasquez scoring those goals. So if that is you, Mr. Vasquez, cheers and hats off to you, sir.
Yeah, we apologize. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, no big deal. The positive out of this game is that the home team is playing fantastic, and the coach has a lot to build on for the end of the season. I mean, Larry, they started off with, I think, a 7-0 loss first game of the season. So to come out here the last 2 weeks, put up 7 goals, collect 2 wins, and now look at you, a quarter of an hour into this matchup, and you already up 3-0.
Yes, for FC Birmingham's, for their Division I team, their very first game was postponed, so they had to start the season right off the gates against the newcomers and absolute studs of the pack, Dalton United, and they lost that 7-0. Dalton United has just been unbelievable this season. But then
Safe to say they're going up to the Premier League, yeah.
Yes, I would have to say they're on their way up. And then they tied North Georgia United, and then lost to Lamino, Georgia's D1 team, and then followed up with 2 wins over Potros Black and Kalonji Pro Profile U19. That one coming last week over in Snellville, Georgia. It was one of those rare times where both the Division I team and the Premier team were both away and were on separate sides of Atlanta. So last week it was definitely all spread thin for FC Birmingham.
A little bit of controversy at the beginning of that matchup as well. Atlanta City FC trying to put one on the board. Goalkeeper steps out, makes a confident clearance. And here come Birmingham once again. Kobe Copeland plays it out to the left side. Copeland tries to pull it back in, but great defense from the visiting squad to force a corner kick for Birmingham.
That's the thing. We were talking about the goal differential for Atlanta City. They've only been able to score 6 goals this season. FC Birmingham with this will now be the
ball's playing at the back post, and he puts a head on it, and it goes into the back of the net for number 4 for the day. And look what it means to him. FC Birmingham up 4-0, 17 minutes in, runs over to the sideline, hugs the coach. Look what it means to him. Larry, I don't know about you, but there ain't too much better than that.
Not at all. Let's take a look at it one more time to give him credit. I held up because I saw something coming. Beautiful corner in right to the back post, headed right in, number 81.
That is going to be Jaden Harris, the 18-year-old's first season with Birmingham, and I believe that's the first goal of his career here for FC Birmingham U23's, Lair.
Take a bow, young man. That was what you want. A beautiful, we talk about it all the time, these teams needing to work on set pieces. That was purely a set piece training right off the training ground.
The 6-foot, 18-year-old from Morris, Alabama, shuns over everyone and finds the back of the net. Gotta love it. 4-0 Birmingham. And we're just 18 minutes in. We've got plenty of time to go.
Yeah, we could see a big play. We look here at this foul real quick. Good steal there, and then just kind of decleats him. Number 68.
Gonna have Kareem Salama over the ball. Is he gonna leave it for Colby? Colby and Kareem are gonna discuss this.
Say right now, Birmingham just needs one more goal to find themselves back at a neutral goal differential of 0.
Colbington. And he finds the back of the net, does Salema off the free kick. And he doesn't even mean to. No celebration from the kid. He knows it. That was beautiful. 5-0.
When it's working, Drew, because look at this. Nice little dummy run. Takes the shot, and it just floats right into the back of the net. Nothing to do. Poor keeper just didn't have enough height there. Finds 5-0.
A 19-year-old from Jordan with the beautiful free kick. And Birmingham are just cruising. They're on cruise control. And let's see if they can keep it up here, Larry.
Like we said, we're now at neutral goal differential.
Here they come. They want 6. Nice bit of skill there to beat the man out here on the right side. He's got a few blue jerseys in the inside.
That'll be a corner. And note that this is not the worst for Atlanta City so far this season. They just 2 weeks ago, they unfortunately lost to Dalton United 14-0. Could they end up getting a similar result here against Birmingham.
You got to give it to the kids, though. They're fighting out there. Corners away here for Birmingham at the near post. Bounces back out to the right side. Atlanta City on it, but they lose possession right back to Birmingham. Deflects off Birmingham. It will be a goal kick for the visitors.
Well, it's one of the little double-edged swords here for teams like U19 teams here in Division One, because there is a lot of soccer prowess and ability from players throughout the UPSL Georgia Conference, whether it be in the Premier Division or it be in Division One. And you can be anywhere from 15 years old to 50 years old. You do not know what you're going to get. Some teams have some really solid players that have had chance to be a professional at a low level. So these kids, these young kids, they're seeing that it's gonna, it's sometimes it's a shell shock.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's not as easy as it may seem when you're watching back home.
FC Birmingham, their first season in the spring of 2022, it caught them a little bit off guard as well. They had some younger players, and they just missed out on the playoffs. They thought that they were going to make it, but sometimes once you get into the level of play, you realize you don't have the tools that you once thought you did.
Another mistake here on the prowl for Birmingham, but the goalkeeper comes out, knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be another throw in for Atlanta City. Let's see if they can make something happen here.
It's a good decision by the keeper to clear that out.
Backwards throw in, deflected off of Copeland. Be a throw in for City.
Keeper for today for Birmingham, 34, Jesse Hungerpiller. It's his job to make sure that the defensive line knows what's happening in front of them.
City coming out on the left side. Well defended by Birmingham once again. It'll be a throw in for City. Larry, I'd like to mention, heard through the grapevine earlier this week that one of the first team members for Birmingham was sent back down to this U23 squad for conduct detrimental to the team. I'm going to be anxious to see if Mr. Bustamante is going to get some minutes here today. What do you think?
We'll see. We'll see what happens in regards to the management. Depending on what the head coach Grigol does in regards to the situation between Bustamante and Coach Goldfarb. That's definitely never what you want to see within your club. You never want to see a player, and you got to understand that Bustamante, maybe he was getting a few more minutes under Coach Mercado over Coach Goldfarb. He feels like he should be playing more. Maybe got a little dissent, as we've seen in the professional world. That happens.
Happens literally to the best of them. Let's just see Let's just see how Giancarlo bounces back. I mean, we've really had a good time calling some of his action earlier on the season. He's got a few goals for the first team. So if he does get some minutes here today, it will definitely be beneficial for this Birmingham squad because we both know what he brings to the table.
Yes, he's a good player. The interactions that we've had with him personally, he's been a good kid. Maybe just a difference of opinion when it comes to what's happening on the pitch. That happens. We all know that.
Mm-hmm. And he's young, got plenty of time to understand that and develop that. And Coach Goldfarb sees something in him, or he probably wouldn't be here still. So we're going to get back here into live action as City are trying to climb out of a hole here. They're down 5-0 to the FC Birmingham U23s. We are 24 minutes into action here live from Lawson Field in beautiful Birmingham, Alabama. My name is Drew Dickinson. He is Larry Weaver. And on behalf of Atlantic Soccer Media Group, thank you for joining us today. Birmingham look to find 6. The goalmouth is wide open, and they're unable to keep it in.
For that now.
Will be offside as they're getting a little too excited.
Well, once you've had this many goals, everybody starts to get a taste for wanting to take a shot.
Birmingham win the ball back in the midfield off a goal kick. And City dispossess immediately. And Copeland is able to win the ball back from City. Here come the Birmingham U23s. They want 6. Some blue jerseys in the box, but right into the goalkeeper's mitts. Routine save for him. He quickly distributes it out to the left side. Nice reception, a nice turn by the left winger here for City. Long ball attempt, but there was nobody there as the goalkeeper confidently comes out. Ball at his feet, brings it back into the box. Going to draw the man in, pick it up. Nice goalkeeping. Nice time wasting. You can debate whether or not that was a good throw, but it was right to the wide open man.
That's what I was going to say, Drew. That was a pretty much an interesting throw, to say the least. Very unorthodox.
All textbook until the throw, but it was successful, so you can't knock the kid.
You know, I was just listening to a wonderful podcast with Kasper Schmeichel, and he was discussing the fact that it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to get the job done.
As long as it's effective, absolutely, 100%. Birmingham are dispossessed in the midfield by City. It's going to be a foul on the home team. Free kick for City. Just about 5 yards over half field in the Birmingham half. City haven't had much to do so far this half. Every chance they've had, Birmingham have been able to squander back and play some great defense.
And, you know, you have to talk about the keeper, Hunger Pillar, 34. I mean, look at the keepers that Birmingham is putting together. You've got Cosmas, Mullis on the premier team, and now you've got Hunger Pillar. I mean, FC Birmingham has got a squad of keepers right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But I bet you none of the keepers on the first team can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 90 seconds like Mr. Hunger Pillar can. I can't even align one line in 90 seconds, let alone the whole dang cube.
No, you're not.
Free kick, City out on the right side in Birmingham territory. Didn't get much bend on it. A little mishap there in the box.
A little bit of miscommunication with his defender there. He should have been a little bit more aggressive, letting them know.
And that's one thing that he can learn from Cosmas is communication and projection, because we both know that Cosmas is always going to be the most vocal out on the field. Here come Birmingham trying to put 6 on the board. They've got some blue jerseys at the back post, just a bit too far. Can Colby keep it in bounds? Copeland does, but just a bit too heavy. Trying to find the goal scorer, Macias, dispossessed by City. You know, Larry, you don't really see too much urgency from Atlanta City. I feel like they're kind of sulking a little bit. I mean, down 5, 28 in, I understand, but you don't want to concede many more.
And it could be just the nature of the season where they've like we just said, you know, they lost 14-0 2 weeks ago. They lost 7-2 last week. They lost 11-1 to North Georgia to kick off the season. So they've had these matches where they've gone down a significant amount, and it's becoming consistent. And you kind of feel like they've just they just really don't have a way forward.
John Long is fouled in the midfield. Quickly taken by Long, puts it out to the right side.
And this poor Atlanta City team, they've got to go against Dalton United again next week.
As you can see, it looks like City only have 1, maybe 2 subs today. And we talk all the time, especially about the teams that travel here to Birmingham to play FC Birmingham. You know, the first half always seems to be a little travel woesome for the visiting squad. And it just proves it again today for Atlanta City. If they can keep Birmingham off the board for the remainder of this half and come back and show a little fight in the second half, I think the trip will be worth it for them, Larry.
Yes, because you've got to make that 2.5-hour drive down I-20 from Atlanta to come over to Irondale, Georgia. Lawson Field is a beautiful field, but it's a travel. It's a journey, and you've got to get there at least a good hour, hour and a half just to get your body back into conditioning, getting ready for it. I mean, it is fine right now with the fall season in the 60s.
Birmingham trying to find 6, and the goalkeeper comes out, scoops it up, right? I mean, just in time.
Yeah, but I was just in that conversation. It's much tougher at the beginning of the season and in late in the spring season when it's in the upper 80s and 90s there in Lawson Field when you're on that turf.
Oh, 100%. And especially like I just said, bringing just one sub. You bring one sub in June or July, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Be a foul on Birmingham, free kick for City. Quickly take it, and City is swarmed by blue jerseys. Birmingham not giving them any time to breathe. It'll be a throw-in for the visitors right at half field. 31 minutes into this contest. FC Birmingham U23s lead Atlanta City FC U19s 5-0 here at Lawson Field in Birmingham, Alabama. Atlantic Soccer Media Group proudly brings to you some UPSL Division I action. We're going to get a foul. Looks definitely going to be some plastic. The referee's pulling out a red.
Red card.
It's going to be a red card because it's the last defender bringing down the attacker with a sure goal-scoring opportunity.
I was, in my head, I was going to say hopefully that they didn't receive that today, but not so lucky. Let's take another look if we can.
John Long
Makes
just
the run.
wanted it. John Long just wanted it more there. I don't know about that, man.
That just looked really, really, really soft to me. I did not look like a red to me.
John Long fouled about 7-8 yards outside of the 18 on the right side of the semicircle for Birmingham. Macias is over it on the right side of the ball. We'll see who's going to take this shot for Birmingham.
Going to have to look at that again and a little bit slower after this free kick. To me, that just did not seem like a red card. Maybe a yellow, but not a red.
Larry, I'll be honest with you. The first thing that was about to come out of my mouth before I saw the red, obviously, was, that's a sure yellow.
They're going to have a conversation. So while they're doing that, let's look at this one more time.
What's the he's going to send him on. I mean, like we said last time, it's a
Right
3-hour
there.
drive home. Yeah.
That just does not look.
Well, I mean, Larry, if you want to go by the law, a foul is a foul on the last defender and a goal-scoring opportunity. Yeah,
True.
I'm not too sure what kind of, for people watching back home, I don't think it matters how hard the foul is. And unfortunately for Atlanta City, it was a foul on a sure goal-scoring opportunity. So they are going to be playing down a man for the rest of the match. Already down 5-0 here in the 33rd minute in the first half. Birmingham with a beautiful goal-scoring opportunity right outside the 18, a chance to go up 6. Let's see what they do. Shot on goal.
Great
One fist on it by the
save.
goalkeeper, able to punch it out. Very confident, very beautiful save. Corner
Great
kick
save
for
by the
Birmingham
keeper.
there. Yes. Best play of the day so far for the visiting squad. Hate to say it on a goalkeeper save, down 5, but facts are facts. That was a great save. Corner kick for Birmingham on the right side, left foot in swinger taken. Ball's bouncing in the 6, cleared away, right back to the feet of Birmingham. Macias on a brace. He wants 3, dumps it back out. Ball's played in, and it's a shot on goal that goes into the far post. What an amazing shot. Birmingham go up 6-0. What a beautiful shot on goal. Looks like it's going to be number 2 for the day for him, Larry.
Yeah, you could have had 15 players on the field, and that would not have mattered on that goal. Take another look at that. Slides over, takes it with his left, and just unbelievable goal.
That's going to be the captain, number 40, Jorge Vega. Larry, his favorite player is Messi. And that was pretty Messi-esque right there, if I say so myself, pal.
I have to agree. That's definitely a Messi quality type shot.
Oh, mistake here for Atlanta City. Birmingham with a chance to go up 7. But the goalkeeper was able to keep him off the board. Nice play from the keeper. And dispossessed once again in the midfield are City, but they're able to win it right back. Nice bit of skill Birmingham win the ball back in the midfield. If you're just now joining us, FC Birmingham on top 6, going for 7. Macias wants his hat trick, but he's going to be offside. FC Birmingham U23s showing why they belong here in the UPSL Division 1.
I think Atlanta City's defense is going to need help from the AR as much as possible because Birmingham are like sharks in a bloody water.
Larry, did you see all the space in the midfield that he had time to turn? Took about 5 touches, played a through ball. I mean, obviously a bit too heavy there for Colby Copeland to keep in bounds. But next time we see possession for Birmingham, look at the space in the midfield that they have to work with. I mean, he could just pick and pass whoever he wanted to find there.
And that's what should happen for Atlanta City. They should have pulled out a midfielder, keep your defensive line, or bring in another player for your defensive player that was red carded out. Keep your strikers, and then you'll have to make the deficit in the midfield, which then leads Birmingham to have more space to move the ball around.
John Long switches it out to the right side, just a bit too heavy. It's going to go out for a City throw-in. I watched 36 minutes in so far, and what I've seen from Atlanta City FC is just a lot of individual brilliance there. I haven't seen much teamwork. I've seen guys, try a lot of fancy tricks. Even so successful, yeah. But, after 2 or 3 of them, your opponent's going to start to figure out what it is that you're going to do. And they need to start stringing some passes together, like you said. Look at all the space they have, but look at all the blue jerseys behind the ball already.
And this may come from just oversaturation for Atlanta City because they have 2 teams.
Oh, nice ball out to the left here. Sorry to interrupt you, Larry. Copeland plays the ball to the left for Macias, but they're just getting a little too excited. Yes. Birmingham. That's the 3rd offside call in a row on a counterattack attempt. Let's see if they can clean that up a little bit.
But just to finish that up,
go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry,
just
mate.
To finish that up, Atlanta City, they have a team in the Premier League, they have a team in the Division 1 East, and a team in the Division 1 West. So they've really oversaturated their staff, and you think if maybe they could have reduced, at least on the Division 1 side, maybe reduce it from 2 teams to 1 team, and maybe have a little bit better quality on the pitch. That might be a little bit more of a solution for them.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Good call. And that way you also get some extra bodies. I mean, you obviously need more than 1 sub, especially traveling 2.5 hours to a different time zone nonetheless.
Yes, you have to think about that. You're going from the Eastern time to Central time. You technically are gaining an hour, but you think about anybody. Birmingham, every time that they come to Atlanta, they lose an hour in their travels.
Covington, I keep saying Colby Covington, UFC fighter. Colby Copeland, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Looking for 2, and he makes it 7. Colby Copeland, the 22-year-old, puts it in the back of the net. 7-0 FC Birmingham U23. And you got to imagine we're going to see a lot of changes here in the second half for these U23s. Maybe get some players off the bench who haven't got many minutes here. Here's a replay, Laird.
Yeah, you see here, just all alone, slots it over to the near post. What I love to see is the fact that no celebration, not necessary. You're already up 7 goals.
There's no need to pour salt on the wound.
No, you're clearly the better team. The positive thing for me is this gives the U23s a positive side on the goal differential for the season so far. This gives them 3 more points.
Birmingham are looking for 8. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Dispossessed there by Atlanta City. Long ball attempt up the right. Oh, sorry, Lair.
No, I was just going to say, this gives them 10 points. They're still going to stay in 4th place. They'll be able to make a real positive number for this season. You look at those 3 teams ahead of them: Dalton United, Laminio D1, and North Georgia United. That is a good group of teams to be a part of.
Lots of dribbling for Atlanta City. Through ball attempt there. Beautiful, beautiful pass. Just a bit too heavy. Goalkeeper Hunger Pillar comes out, makes a big clearance. Referee didn't like what he saw. We're going to get a free kick for the home team.
Just a little bit of a stab in there by the Atlanta City player.
It's going to be a free kick for Birmingham. Free kick's taken, played out to the right side to John Long, 22-year-old Brazilian born. Nice bit of skill here from Birmingham. Wide open man out here on the right wing. If he can get him behind the last defender, he's got time and space to go on to goal. Just a hospital ball played across the middle from Birmingham, forced out by Atlanta City. It's going to be a corner kick for the home team.
And this kind of result, Drew, has only got to pump the Premier team up, getting ready for their match. They're going to have a massive match here after this one against LGSA Lamino. They need all 3 points in that match.
Yes, as my partner just said, massive playoff implications on the line for Birmingham. And since the arrival of Coach Goldfarb, they've only lost 2 games, one being in the U.S. Open Cup qualifier here in Birmingham against Kalanchi Pro Profile, and an unfortunate loss last week away here in Georgia. I'm anxious to see how they bounce back. They had some good news. The red card issued to goalkeeper Cosmos Ozuru was rescinded. He will be suited up today. I repeat, the red card issued to Cosmos was rescinded. He will be playing today. And it's just great news for Birmingham as they still, like we said, try and sneak into that playoff position here, Larry.
And a great decision by the referee staff. Had a chance to take a look at our video and see that it wasn't it was more of a foul by the attacking player than it was for Cosmos, and they did rescind it down to a yellow. So good thing for Cosmos. Lemur will be in all form today.
Hey, Larry, I think you'll agree with me. Before we get back to this game, we need to give a big round of applause, silent round of applause to Brandon Mullis, who came in backup position last week for Cosmos and put on an absolute show. His team just didn't have what it took as they were unable to hold on. But, you know, arguably the man of the match last week for a depleted FC Birmingham squad.
Indeed. Mullis was another offside. Continually offside. They're trying to get the ball to him on that right-hand side, and he's continually at this point. I think Coach Grigol needs to be yelling over there to him that if he's offside one more time, he's going to sub him, because that's 3 in a row. But Mullis, unbelievable. And as a backup keeper, when your number is called, it's one thing, but then to be called to your very first task, here, stop a penalty kick
on the road,
and to be able to do it and have the match that he had afterwards, he did a fantastic job keeping FC Birmingham in that match for as long as he could.
Yeah, I mean, we said it. They were unable to hold on to the victory, but, it could have been a lot worse, especially playing a man down. Just the confidence that he came in and played with. It's just very exciting to see. So whoever Coach Goldfarb decides to go with today, because we don't know if Cosmos trained all week. We don't know. So it's going to be very exciting to see what the Birmingham lineup looks like here in just a few short hours, as they're going to kick off 7 p.m. Central Time. It'll be a little bit later due to the late start here.
7 p.m. our time. It'll be 6 p.m.
I apologize.
Central.
Yeah. See what I do?
Yeah. It's these time zones. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. We have an injury in the middle of the field. Good thing for Birmingham just to kick the ball out so that he can get treatment. So we're sitting at 7-0.
We're about 30 seconds left here in normal time in the first half. Remember, the referee's going to have the official time on the field. Not too much stoppage so far up until right now. It looks like he's going to blow it for halftime, though, Lair. Is that what I see?
Yes, indeed. That is what he did. He did blow it for halftime. He did probably blew it just a little early. But at this point, you're down by 7. It's worth doing it.
Yeah.
So
Let's
we'll
get
go
the
ahead.
match going. Yeah, we're going to go into our halftime break here. FC Birmingham U23s on top of Atlanta City FC U19 7-0. It's been all FC Birmingham U23 here in the first half. Macias, Kobe Copeland, Jorge Vega, John Long owning that midfield today for Birmingham. Larry, Atlanta City's going to have a good talking to at halftime to come back into this one.
Yeah, hard job by the coaching staff for Atlanta City to find some sort of positive out of that first half with a red card, 7 goals that have gone in the back of the net. Got to find some sort of positivity. Got to find something to get these guys going to be able to get something out of this second half.
FC Birmingham U23, Atlanta City FC U19, Birmingham, Alabama, Lawson Field. We'll be back after this halftime break.
Nachos, better with Pepsi. Nachos, better with Pepsi.
Welcome back to Lawson Field here in Birmingham, Alabama. FC Birmingham U23s leading Atlanta City U19 7-0 at the break. My name is Drew Dickinson alongside my partner for the weekend, Larry Weaver. Larry, it was a complete first half domination by the Birmingham U23s, as we see only one player as far as substitution-wise on the bench for Atlanta City. They've got quite the work cut out for them here in the second half.
Indeed, this is one of the long treks that you have to make in the UPSL Division One, and then you come in and you're down by 7 at half. You've lost a player. You can see it's a lonely job at times for that one poor guy just sitting on the bench waiting for the rest of his group to come in.
Yeah, and we unfortunately have to mention that Atlanta City playing a man down. They received a red card in the first half. So they'll be playing with 10 men here for the rest of this game. And you'd like to see some of those substitutions on the Birmingham bench come in here in the second half, get some minutes here in the UPSL Division One. I'm sure they're going to be excited. They're going to be ready to go.
Yes, and so far, this is the only match that we have results for in the Division One for this weekend. When we look at the weekend and we look at the West Division, we have TCSA taking on Clayton International. We also have Atlanta City U23s are going to be taking on Atlanta Rover FC Reserves, and Kalanji Pro Profile will be taking on FC Atlanta Academy. And on the east side,
the last 2 weeks, this Birmingham U23 team has been on quite the goal-scoring prowl. Last 2 weeks, they have won 2 in a row. They've scored 7, and with the 7 goals today so far, with just one half played, they've scored 14 goals in the last 3 games, Larry.
It's just the result that you need, definitely, Drew.
Well, especially after the shaky start, coming in the first game of the season, having it postponed, and then immediately having to play the powerhouse in this Division One team is Dalton, and losing 7-0, tying 3-3, and able to bounce back with a lot that's been going on, not with just the U23 team, but the Birmingham club in all, with change in manager from the first team, suspensions from the first team down to the second team, red cards. It's just been quite the hellacious last month for this Birmingham squad. And for them to do something like this, it's quite courageous.
Indeed. And you got to look at the fact that that first match that was postponed, that was a home match. So they start the second week, and that's an away match to Dalton. So you're talking about a greater than 3-hour trip for them to go all the way up north in Georgia to take on that Dalton United team, lose 7-0, have to come back that 3.5 hour drive all the way back to Birmingham. Think about everything that has not gone right. And now to be back on this tear right now with these 3 great results in a row, that's all you can ask for as your club. There's going to be a lot of changes that happen in the spring division or spring season. There's going to be some changes that are made in how the Division One is shaped. So we'll see how this goes for the Birmingham squad. They've done really, really well this year. They're also a team that they have an academy system as well. So they've been a little bit stretched out for their fall season, and they've had a lot of matches in a lot of different places and guys in all over the place.
As Birmingham has taken the pitch, it looks like it is going to have a little light sprinkle, a little light drizzle going to pick up here, Larry. You know, you gotta hate it for Atlanta City. You make the 2-hour drive from Atlanta to Birmingham. You already have conceded more goals in the division than anybody in the league so far. And now you're playing a man down, and now the rain starts. I mean, talk about, pouring the proverbial salt on the wound.
Even Mother Nature is working against you.
Yeah. Well, we see the officials come onto the pitch. They're making their final preparations. We see Atlanta City just came from the locker room. They're going to get going. We see 100% goalkeeper change here for the home team. We'll update you as soon as we know who that is. Lots of moving pieces, lots of moving parts here for this Birmingham squad as we look to get underway here in the second half. We are live from Lawson Field here in Birmingham, Alabama. Atlantic Soccer Media Group proudly brings you more UPSL Division I action. Thank you for joining us once again. I am Drew Dickinson alongside Larry Weaver, and we are just about to get underway here in the second half. FC Birmingham U23s hold a very comfortable 7-0 lead over the Atlanta City FC U19s, who, if you're just now joining us, they are playing a man down. They did receive a first half red card, and they are going to get set for the second half kickoff. They, as in Atlanta City, they are in their all black kits, going from right to left, and Birmingham in those blues going from left to right. Referee checks his watch, blows his whistle, and we are underway for the second 45 here in Birmingham, Alabama, as Atlanta City start in the back. Birmingham bringing a press here early on. Got a lot of players in off the bench for this Birmingham squad, so we know they're going to be hungry to put some balls in the back of the net. We see Cameron Broom-Pearson, number 51, steps in. He's playing center forward here alongside Macias, who's going to be looking for that hat trick, Larry. You know, he had a first half brace. As Atlanta City look to keep Birmingham off the board with 8, and they do. But we're going to see some exciting matchup here with these second half substitutions. Maybe we'll get a nice little game here out of it, Larry.
Yes, and that's what you want to see for Coach Grigol. Get some of the players that have been on the bench.
Copeland trying to make it 8, cuts it back to the left. Nice defense there by Atlanta City, but Birmingham able to put it right back in the mixer, and they are immediately dispossessed, and they immediately win it back once again, but it's going to be knocked out for a throw-in. It will be a throw-in for the home team, though. They are knocking on the door early here, Larry. 1 minute in, they've already had a few chances on goal.
Yeah, this is the perfect opportunity to let guys that have been on the bench for most of the season, let them have a 45-minute cap. You've got 47 Long, number 40, Jorge Vega, the co-captain.
Big throw in the box.
They're playing a little bit farther up the pitch right now.
Coach is letting him be a little free. Ball is going to be cleared over both crossbars. It's going to be a goal kick for the visitors. Goal kick is taken right across the mouth of the goal to the right side of the defense for Atlanta City. The press is on here from Birmingham early on in the second half.
And this is what I like to see, Drew. I like to see teams that even though you're up 7-0, that doesn't mean that you change your style of play. Birmingham is a team that is well known for their press. So don't change your style of play. Continue to attack. Don't bring yourself down.
Couldn't agree more. I think the confidence that they're going to bring here with, they kept some players on in the first half. Then Birmingham trying to put 8. Cameron tries to put it in the far post, but he bangs the ground because he knew he had the goal mouth wide open. 2 minutes into the second half, I'm sure he'll see some more chances. But Birmingham off the rip here, Larry, coming out strong.
Yeah, good look from Birmingham so far in these first 3 minutes.
The goal kick here for City. As we see in the background, some of the first team members are arriving. So they have a really gigantic matchup. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern time here on our Atlantic Soccer Media Group YouTube channel. FC Birmingham Premier League team taking on Laminio Georgia, LGSA. Larry, I cannot wait for that. It's going to be such a fun game.
Yes, LGSA back to their normal ways as they've been here in the UPSL Georgia Conference. They are just top of the table, just as always. Birmingham needs these 3 points to solidify their chance to make it to the playoffs for the fall season. It'll be the first time that
shot on goal
Birmingham
attempt just goes over the bar once again from Cameron. Larry, I want to ask you, so Birmingham secures 3 points today. They're in.
For the most part, they should be in.
Okay.
That is true because 3 points will give them 3 points today will give them 15 points. That puts them. Right now they're in a 3-way tie for third with 12 points. Right now, the only possible the line right now is 16 points.
Okay.
So 15 should be enough. They still have to play after today. They're going to play Atlanta City and Seas United. So you would expect that they probably pull away with some points in both of those matches.
So let's say today they drop points, but they get 6 points to end the season. Do they still have a chance? Is today a absolute must-win for the home team?
It's not a must-win, but it's definitely a advantage.
I want the viewers at home who are debating on whether or not to attend or join us on our YouTube channel for the live game. I want to let them know that, all implications are on the line here. Like Larry said, you can last with a loss here today if you drop points, but you want those 3 crucial points to have that last and final playoff spot.
You'd like to see them get away with at least a point, especially being at home. So far, Coach Goldfarb has not lost.
Nice save.
Yeah, nice save. Coach Goldfarb has not had a loss at home. So you'd like to see if he can continue that.
Yeah, and like we said before, after we got Atlanta City on a goal-scoring opportunity here. The goalkeeper's out of the box. I'm not even sure if he knows where he's at, but he's saved by the defense. The goalkeeper's playing some sort of sweeper position now. The goal mouth is wide open. Atlanta City takes advantage of a wide-open goal to put one on the board. It is 7-1. I really can't stress enough what the confusion was going on here on the pitch as the goalkeeper was, they're 5-6 yards outside of the box, playing as if he was a defender. I'm not sure if he realized he had the gloves on.
Indeed. We're going to have to take a look at that again.
It's a bizarre play, partner.
And we see he's out there. I don't know exactly why he was all the way out there. And a shot was taken back of the net. Positive for Atlanta City. They come out with a goal.
7-1, 52nd minute. And FC Birmingham still holding a quite the comfortable lead, I guess you would say. But very positive play here from Atlanta City. Let's see how they can respond. They get 2 or 3 more quick wins here, Larry. We got game on.
The one thing that you can say for City is they can walk away with this knowing that they did put one into the net.
Big
that's one of the negatives. When you sub those guys that have been on the bench all season, you can see that sometimes communication lacks a little bit for a while.
Oh, it's communication, rust, confidence. But that, like we said right before the second half kicked away, these minutes are crucial for these kids. Some of them probably haven't played all season, and to come in here and not just get minutes, but get almost a handful of minutes, 40, 45 minutes today is going to be really, really key for them down the road.
Yeah, 45 minutes, a 45-minute switch, that's a real solid amount of time for some of these guys to really make or break their season for them.
100%. Joshua Martinez on the throw-in here for Birmingham, one of the elder statesmen here in the UPSL Premier Division and Division One. The 40-year-old from San Juan, Puerto Rico, is in his first season with FC Birmingham.
It's kind of like what we were just saying, U19s, and you've got a 40-year-old out there.
Yep. City with possession here, right in there, just inside their half. Just being swarmed by blue shirts. They're everywhere as Birmingham are trying to find number 8. Putting through some space there on the left corner, but no one's able to run onto it. City able to find possession. Nice move in the defense there by Atlanta City to get out. But sure enough, Colby Copeland right there to win it back. Another dispossession by Atlanta City, and Birmingham once again able to win it back. It's just going back and forth here on that left side and right side, Larry.
And you're seeing not as well
wide open in the middle here, but I'm sure the ref put his flag up for offside. Absolutely.
I was going to say, that first half was a little bit plagued for Birmingham with the long ball. They got a little too, they got 7 goals, but a lot of long ball play. Now you're seeing trying to do a little bit more passing through the midfield and a little bit of mistakes here and there.
You mentioned the long balls. First half, they were, the percentage of succession was very, very high. But like you said, here in this second half early on, you can see that they're trying to really force them. And, curse of the commentators, sure enough, they get a successful through ball there. And it looks like Copeland wants a penalty kick. He was taken down in the box, and he does receive one. It will be a penalty kick for the home team right at the 55th minute with a chance to put 8 on the board. FC Birmingham have a penalty kick here.
Let's see if we can catch when that happened. Nice little ball slid through, gets just into the box and just kind of gets tugged down. It's a little soft.
Well, we saw the red card issue. Yeah, finish it out, partner.
You know how it is. And, they're trained these days that as soon as they feel contact to go down.
Yep. You took the words right out of my mouth. And we have Cameron over this one. Second half substitution. He's going to take the pen for FC Birmingham. And Cameron Broom-Pearson puts number 8 on the board. The 18-year-old Birmingham native finds the back of the net. And look how happy they are, Lair. You just love to see it.
Yeah, it's those guys that are getting some minutes that they're not used to getting. Here's your opportunity to come up and put one in the back of the net from the penalty spot. Easily done. And it's just exuberance is what you could always say.
Larry, I think me, you, and Cameron are going to get along just fine. He's got a favorite team, maybe you've heard of it, called Manchester United. Good lad, right?
That he's got potential for future.
We are in the 56th minute. FC Birmingham just took an 8-1 lead over Atlanta City FC U19s, but as you can see, they're still fighting. They're playing a man down, so not too much more that they can do other than what they're doing now. As the ball gets dribbled out of bounds by the visiting squad, it'll be a throw-in for Birmingham, taken quickly, right up the right wing, dumped on the inside to John Long, who pushes it out to the left side for Colby Copeland, who is unable to keep it in bounds. He leaps over the Birmingham bench, and it's going to be a throw-in for City. It looks like we're going to get 2 substitutions here there for the home team.
Let's see who's going to be coming off. Looks like 68.
Yep, Colby's going to take, probably going to be the day for him.
And number 40, Vega, he's also coming off.
Both the captains are going to take a much-needed breather. They both played very well today. "57 minutes of action, couple of goals. Nice playing for the captains today. It's going to be a throw-in for Birmingham right in front of their bench. Through ball attempt unsuccessful. Back heel found the wrong team, did City. Ball's played in the middle by Birmingham. Couple of sloppy touches. Able to maintain possession are the home team. Lots of space out on the left side. Birmingham play the ball back in the middle. Wide open at the back post. John Long plays it on the inside. Can Birmingham put 9 on the board and just got too much under it? It's going to be another goal kick for Atlanta City FC. String a few passes together. Use the winger. Put it up top. That's great soccer, Larry.
Yeah, and that shot that was taken, you could tell that he wasn't prepared for it. His body was out of position. Just kind of swiped at it.
Beautiful pass here. Through ball attempt, very successful. And a shot on goal, and it is 9-1 for FC Birmingham U23 as the second half substitution comes in and arguably his first touch of the day puts it in the back of the net. It is 9-1.
Talk about just a beautiful one-timer from Justice Brasher. Let's take a look at that again. You can see the ball sent over to the right-hand side, right through the defense. One-time shot right into the back of the net. Keeper wasn't even prepared for what was coming at him. Brasher comes on, gets one into the back of the net. 9-1. Young man, take a bow on that one. And here we go for Atlanta City with their very few substitutions.
Looks like they had another one show up. Good for them. Some of these kids are going to need a break. Playing a man down is so much harder than it looks, folks.
Now, 60 minutes of having to play a man down. Yeah, that substitute or that red card coming in right at the 30th minute mark.
We are in the 60th minute currently. FC Birmingham just took a 9-1 lead. Goal from number 48, Justice Brasher, 19-year-old from Moody, Alabama. Second half substitution puts us first on the board for the season as Birmingham looked for 10, and they found 10. Cameron with his second of the day. The kid gets his brace, and look what it means to him. It's his second goal of the season, and he just absolutely loves it. 10-1.
And that was a great little set of play there. Team build-up as we take another look at that one more time. And you see this ball build up, comes over from the left-hand side, slotted across, another one-time shot right into the back of the net. Beautiful goal for number 10.
I mean, that was unsavable.
No.
Great one-time shot from Cameron. His second of the day, Birmingham's 10th of the day, and Birmingham's 17th goal in the last 3 weeks. We'll say that one more time. 17 goals scored in the last 3 weeks. They're really coming alive here in Division I here in the UPSL, Larry.
Yeah, they've really found their feet in these last few weeks. You really have to give them whatever Coach Gregol and assistant coach Wheeler have been able to get got through to the boys. Keep doing it because it is definitely working.
Yeah, they got the juice right now, and they are absolutely flowing. Let's see if they can put 11 on the board as they dispossess Atlanta City, who are still in the fight. 62nd minute. Atlanta City have the ball inside the Birmingham half. Long switch attempt, looking for the right winger. Nice idea by Atlanta City, just a bit too heavy as the ball rolls out over the touchline. It is going to be a goal kick for the home team.
And Drew, you might go back to say, that little situation that happened that led to the goal for Atlanta City, this defense really hasn't had to put in a shift for the last few, probably 30, 40 minutes. And just a mistake between the keeper and the defensive line that led to that Atlanta City goal.
And the keeper, actually playing the sweeper keeper for it. You think about it, but you never really see it happen. I'm telling you, that's 30 years, and I really think that was a first for me. And I'm not laughing at him. I'm just laughing at, I've never seen that before. I mean, he was really into it too, so it was great.
We all want to be, when you're a keeper, you pick who you want to be. A lot of people want to be Manuel Neuer, but there's only one Manuel.
Oh, absolutely. And there's only one Jorge Campos, and that's the vibe I immediately got when he came out of the goal. It's going to be a free kick for Birmingham. Offside on City.
I think he might have even been called for a handball there because he kind of reached out and grabbed it.
That happened so fast. My apologies.
And a foul committed right there. Bad pass.
Yeah. Uncharacteristic for John Long, as he's put in a good shift so far today.
I think the City player there, when he got that handball, he was trying to get the pass from the gods.
Oh, that one. I recall. Cleared away by Birmingham. Sloppy touch. It's going to go out for a City throw-in right in front of their bench. Birmingham has quite the culture set up and the age differential on this Division I team. Players going from 18 all the way up to 40. South Americans, Americans, Europeans. It's really, really fun.
And that's the beauty of the UPSL is you have a lot of players that are from all over. I think the last statistic I saw was throughout the UPSL in North America, you have players from 68 different countries.
Wow.
So you have a lot of difference of playing. You can have the ages. It is primarily for player development to become professional, but you do still have some players that are at the end of their career.
Yep.
And it is a helpful thing, though, for the younger guys to have some of these older players. Here's a chance here.
Cameron wants 3. He wants the hat trick as he looks up, plays a square ball. Birmingham trying to find 11. Ball's in the midfield, pushes it out to the right side to goal scorer Brasher. Plays it in the middle. Bit too much, goes back to the feet of Long. Long plays a one-touch to the left winger. Ball goes into the mixer. Try the find at the back post. Just a bit too heavy there, Larry. It's going to be another goal kick for City.
Yeah, just to finish up with that, I think it's actually a positive thing to have those players a little bit older, those senior players that are ending the end of their career, because they can show these younger guys what it takes to get to that level. And they can kind of heed them from mistakes that are made by players that are just thrusted upon into a professional standpoint.
We have throw in for the visiting team. Throw-in's taken. Square throw taken. Heavy touch. Nice back heel pass. A lot of these players for Atlanta City have such amazing skill and great technique when the ball's at their feet. It's just that, when it comes to stringing passes together, finding the open man, open shots, it's just something that they really haven't figured out how to do yet, Larry.
No, it's clearly a group of guys that are playing more as individuals than as a squad themselves. There's really you just don't see any true camaraderie that's going on there for the Atlanta City squad, which you feel for them.
Well, that's what Division I is for. This is their first season here in the UPSL Division I, so they'll find their feet. Lots of space here in the midfield for Atlanta City. Tried to loop it over the top there. Just wasn't on the same page. The goalkeeper comes out, makes a big throw out to the left winger, and it is successful. Got some speed out there on the left wing for Birmingham. Flies by the bench, cuts it back on the inside. Still in possession. Cameron's up top, who is sitting on a brace. He's going to be hungry for a hat trick. They are dispossessed, though, by Atlanta City. Nice bit of skill there by Atlanta City, but nice defense by Birmingham. Able to knock it off the City player. To be a throw-in for Birmingham right in front of the City bench. First half goal scorers taking the throw-in. Quick substitution here for Birmingham, Larry. Number 55 checks in. It's going to be Radiston Richardson, 20-year-old from Bulgaria. See what we're just talking about? Lots and lots of different cultures here in the UPSL. And it's the first Bulgarian I have had the pleasure of calling. Speaking of, first touch, plays it out to the right side to Brasher. Pressure plays it in the mixer. Lots of blue jerseys. FC Birmingham looking for 11, right into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Into the 69th minute now here in the first game of our doubleheader this afternoon at Lawson.
Keeper taking his time, rolls it out to the right side, right at the top of the 18.
6 o'clock. FCB versus Laminio
Knocked out of bounds. It'll be a City throw right at half field.
in the Georgia Premier Division clash here tonight at Lawson Field at 6 o'clock.
Atlanta City in possession here, immediately dispossessed by Birmingham, and they win the ball back immediately. And once again, City win the ball back from Birmingham. Sloppy pass out on the right side by Birmingham. City cut the ball back on the inside, through ball attempt. Nice pass, just not on the same page once again. Which is what we were talking about. Lack of communication here from Atlanta City could lead to a little bit more goal-scoring opportunities. Sure they'll clean that up. Birmingham, lots of space out on the right side. Cameron needs to slow down a little bit. Don't want to be called offside. Long shot attempt! FC Birmingham put number 11 in the back of the net. In the 69th minute, it is 11-1 here at Lawson Field in Birmingham, Alabama.
70th minute. FCB's goal.
Long shot attempt goes all the way into the back post. See Birmingham, no shy in the goal scoring department today. That was Guillermo Trevino, 19-year-old from Gadsden, Alabama. Finds number 11, and I believe that is his first for the season as well. This is his first season with FC Birmingham. Cameron very hungry for his hat trick. He's going to be called offside, though. Free kick for City.
That was, again, just another fantastic goal from FC Birmingham. What can you say? 11-1. They are getting everything they wanted and more today.
Oh, 100%. And you couldn't be happier for if you're the coach of this squad.
Now, you have to say hats off to head coach Grigol and assistant coach Wheeler. They have got the boys ready to go today.
Another offside flag goes up. This time it will be for Atlanta City. The linesman on the far side of the pitch was unbelievably ready for that one as the flag went up immediately. Good eye there on the AR. One immediately back here by Atlanta City. Down 10, still hungry to fight, wanting to put another one in the back of the net. Nice defense there by FC Birmingham as they look to find 12 themselves. They have possession in the midfield. Nice turn. A little bit too much on that. The goalkeeper going to come out and easily scoop that one up. Guillermo wanted his brace. Sloppy pass there by City as they have possession right at the top of their own 18. Trying to climb out. Birmingham not making it easy. As the press is on. Nice bit of skill once again from City, as we've seen all afternoon. They are no slouch in the technique and the footwork. Just need a little bit more work than everywhere else. Throw in square by the visiting squad. Birmingham win possession back. John Long coming down the left side for FC Birmingham U23s. Nice move. Keeps it going on the left side. He's inside the 18. Just didn't get it what he wanted. Tried to put it across the center. Ends up going right outside the near post for another goal kick for Atlanta City.
Just couldn't keep control of the dribble there. He was fighting himself.
Maybe an unfamiliar territory for the midfield player. Dispossessed right at the top of the 18. Shot on goal for Birmingham. Number 12 was in the distance, but it just goes wide. Goal kick.
You know, just to kind of continue our conversation about, you know, player development and players within the UPSL as a whole. When you look at the UPSL Georgia Conference, you know, just a few years ago in the 2020 and 2021 season, when we had Atletico Atlanta in the conference, you had the Belize captain, Dion McCauley, that was playing in the UPSL Georgia Conference. So he was the first international player in the UPSL to score a goal in an international match.
Atletico Atlanta won the 2020 UPSL National Championship, correct?
Yes, back when it was still just a Division One. That was the season right before the Premier Division launched.
I just saw today a cool stat to keep going with what we're talking about. The owner of the Atletico Atlanta club, he is the only owner in the UPSL history to win three titles in 3 different states. I just saw that today. So that is, anything can happen in the UPSL, whether it's Division 1 or the Premier Division. There's just talent all over the place. And as you can see, a lot of these owners, they know where to go find it and they know how to win. Long shot attempt, just not enough there. This goalkeeper is able to keep it from going out for a goal kick. Walks it up to the top of the 18, throws it out to the left side. Heavy press here by FC Birmingham. Up 10, still not letting it easy for the visiting squad. It's going to be another throw in here for Birmingham.
Yeah, just to go on what you were saying there, Drew, I've had the opportunity of speaking to Rodrigo many times when he was here in the UPSL Georgia Conference. A really nice guy, and definitely just a great soccer mind. He knows how to find the players and knows how to get performance here in the UPSL Conference.
Nice defense here by Brashner. Nice move. He tried to go around him, and he's still on it. I'm unsure what the
He's going to get called for a handball there.
Handball is what.
Yeah.
Hang it.
It's a little light. I mean, it was just a deflection. It wasn't really what I would consider one, but hey, you're up by 10 goals. Just
can't get upset about that.
No.
Once again, Birmingham using a full press here in the 75th minute. They are on top of Atlanta City, 11-1. Nice move. Ball's played across the middle. Try to play with the outside of the foot. Just didn't get enough bend on it. It's going to be another goal kick as the ball has just been living in this half of the Atlanta City U19s. As they are, if you're just now joining us, they are playing down a man and have been playing down a man since the 30th minute. And it just hasn't gotten easier for them.
Yeah, I don't have a solidified stat, but you would have to say that at least 80% of possession has been for FC Birmingham. A yellow card being issued to the Atlanta City player for sticking his hand up on that throw-in.
A free kick for Birmingham, right on the edge of the touchline out here on the right side.
But I am, like I said, Drew, we were talking earlier, I'm happy to see that Birmingham continued to play their style of play. They didn't slow down and let up because they had a lead. They continued to get better, and they've really performed today in this match.
Rodiston Richardson plays the ball in right at top of the 18. Birmingham gets ahead on it. It's bouncing in the 6. Volley attempt by John Long, unsuccessful. Another goal kick for City. It's probably the 21st goal kick of the day for them, as FC Birmingham is just not letting up. Throw in City. Or this is it all. Oh, man. It's going to deflect right off of the City left fullback right at the last second. It's going to be a throw in for the home team. As we mentioned, it is 11-1 as we are just now approaching halfway through the 77th minute here in Birmingham, Alabama. UPSL Division I action presented by Atlantic Soccer Media Group. I am Drew Dickinson alongside Larry Weaver Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you are just now joining us, remember, we've got some Premier Division action coming up next. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central. FC Birmingham hosting LGSA, Laminio, Georgia. Playoff implications on the line. Birmingham needs 3. Laminio would like to sit comfortable at the top of the table. I'm just really excited about it, so be sure to tune in right here next. As the ball is going to go out for a Birmingham throw-in right down in the corner over on the left side of the field. You're going to leave it there for another person to take the throw.
And this match could be really good because not only does Birmingham need those points, Laminio probably needs those points because they need to stay in that fight with Atlanta United for the top title.
Laminio, the trophy killers from last year, I don't even know how they were able to walk with all the hardware they brought home. So they're going to want to continue their winning ways as well, Larry.
Yeah, in the spring season, the Laminio Georgia squad, they won just about everything that was physically possible in the regular season. And unfortunately, in the playoffs, they fell to Georgia FC, who then went on to go all the way to the Elite Eight in the national playoffs.
And talk about a team who started to click right at the right time, who got healthy at the right time. Georgia FC, a forfeit even in the spring season, and look what health and camaraderie, to put it bluntly, can do for a team. And again, anything can happen here in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division. The perennial powerhouse Kalonji Pro Profile they made the playoffs, but they didn't go far like they usually do. Karim Tamimi was the Golden Boot winner, but that's just about it for them. And that's just not, that's not Kalonji Profile-esque. And Larry, this season, they're not even in the Premier Division.
No, 2022 was not as good for Kalonji as 2021 was. 2021, they won just about everything. They made it to, in the spring, they made it to the round of 16. In the fall, they made it to the actual Final Four. They ended up 3rd.
Long shot attempt deflected right back to the feet of Birmingham, but dispossessed by City. And another long shot attempt goes through the uprights.
And you saw that 2022 spring season, they had everything going for them. Tamimi and Sumo and Camus, everything was working right for them, but they didn't expect Georgia FC to catch them on a run. And then this season, they're another team that was also spread out. They've got the U.S. Open Cup qualifiers. They've got MLS Next. They've also got their teams. There's a foul.
Yeah, blatant push in the back. And you got to remember, they also have a lot of players, one in particular who we, like to mention a lot here with ASMG is Karim Tamimi. He's still standout player for Georgia Gwinnett College, and they're in the NAIA playoffs right now. So there's really no telling what that Kalonji team can do if they stay alive in the U.S. Open Cup. Because if they get, quote unquote, their boys back, Larry, they can go, Karim, top form right now, arguably of his entire life. Okonkwo, hungry. Anthony Sumo, hungry. They're the perennial powerhouse, not just in this UPSL, but here in the Southeast.
And Kalonji Pro Profile is a team that can show you what can happen as you develop players, because you've got, most notably, Tony Tiente, who was on their premier team, now plays for the Atlanta United 2 team in the USL. You've also had several other players like Grant Carr and Henry
Sandoval
and Junior Sandoval. I was thinking Henry Plitz, the goalkeeper. Some of those players have been able to perform over in Germany in the lower professional leagues, but professional nonetheless.
Atlanta City FC doing some nice shielding off of the man here with the ball. Back turn to 3 men, able to shield him off for a few seconds. Birmingham playing some relentless D themselves. Atlanta City have the ball back in possession over on the right side. It is going to be another offside here for Atlanta City right in front of their bench. The AR puts the flag up. We are just approaching the 83rd minute. FC Birmingham U23 is on top of Atlanta City FC U19's 11-1. Quite the route, if you will. Atlanta City FC, don't want to make excuses for them, but they are playing a man down. They did have to make that 3-hour trek from Atlanta. Birmingham, Larry, have just really come to play today, full of confidence, in full gear, if you will. And Cameron looking for a hat trick. Just unsuccessful, didn't get what he wanted. He's going to want that one back, partner.
Well, it looks like the AR on the near side here was calling for a offsides on Birmingham, because you saw that therefore in the buildup they were able to kind of just take the ball right off of the keeper, but offsides was called in that little bit of scrum.
Goal kick in the air off the chest of City, but Birmingham able to win the ball back. John Long pushes it out to the right wing. Nice cut on the inside by Brasher. Nice defense here by Atlanta City. Brasher gets up, wants to reclaim the ball.
So that's what I like to see. Yes, you did get shouldered down, but you jumped right back up, got right back into the play, fought for the ball. Brasher's really looking good in these minutes that he's had today.
Big throw in down the line for Atlanta City, headed out by Birmingham. Another throw in for the visitors.
It's also another thing you always love to see, Drew, in these throw-ins where you see a player gain an extra 10, 15 yards by just running down the field to throw it in.
Oh, yeah. City in the left corner here. Nutmeg, if he gets it on the other side, it's a real one, but he didn't get it on the other side. Dispossessed by Birmingham, but won back immediately by City. Deflection off the shot. It's going to go out of bounds for a corner kick for Atlanta City.
City's got to take this as a positive for this match. They haven't had a lot.
It's going to be a right-footed corner on the left side, so it will be an in-swinger. Goalkeeper is way off his line. Player just unsure. Moves the flag a little bit. And the kick is away. Goes right to the near post. Deflected. It's going to go out for a throw-in for the visiting squad. Not too sure about that throw-in. Nonetheless, it will play on right into the arms of the goalkeeper on that shot from the left wing.
That ball tried to find its way through his legs.
Goalkeeper punts it up the right side. Brashner runs onto it. Heavy touch, but he's able to run it down. Lots of blue shirts in front of him. Justin Brashner's on the left side. Makes a move. Beats the man. And he's going to get fouled over in the corner. Referee's going to blow a whistle for another foul. Brashner comes over from the right wing position. Stays with it, works hard, keeps the ball at his feet, and earns a free kick for his team. Larry, like you mentioned, kids come off the bench and really put in a shift here.
He's really shown that he says that he should be thought of for an opportunity in these last few matches of the season, that he wants more minutes. Got to give him some credit. Brasher has really shown. You're just curious if his fitness was able to hold up for the whole 90.
All 5'3" of them. I feel you, kid. Keep fighting. Larry, I was the 5'3" kid as a senior in high school, so I know what it feels like. John Long
leaves a lot of space in the goal.
I didn't play goalkeeper until later on in my career, partner. Because of that.
Yeah. But you look at a guy like, Martinez for Manchester United as a center back. He's only 5'6".
Yeah, and he's arguably, the best in the league right now. You know what? There's no arguing. I think he is. And I'm going to say it. And I'm biased. Going to have a goal kick here for City. Quickly taken by the goalkeeper. Just dumps it out to the right side.
I would not suspect any extra time in this match.
I couldn't agree more. Birmingham still playing with the press here, not letting City out of their own 18. Forcing long balls. Brasher, John Long in possession. Tried to loop it over the top for the left winger, who was running on from the outside. Unsuccessful, bit too heavy. Goalkeeper is able to come out. Immediately plays it out to the right side. Lots of space in the midfield here for Atlanta City, but Birmingham able to get back, get behind the ball, making things a little bit more difficult for Atlanta City once again. As John Long dispossesses out on that left wing. Nice playing here from John Long. City have the ball out here on their left side. Lots of space in front of him. Looks up, wants to play a long ball, and he does. Finds the feet of his man. Takes a nice little touch. Birmingham able to come back, knock it over the goal line. It's going to be a corner for City, it looks like.
Yeah,
the body language of the offensive attacker looks like it's going to be a corner. I'm unsure, Larry. Is it going to be a corner, you think?
It is going to be a corner.
Okay.
Kudos to Atlanta City for not giving up in this match.
It's so easy to do that, Larry. You're so right. Go ahead.
Yeah, because, I mean, especially being down 7 at half. I mean, you could have easily just, the shoulders go down. You don't even try to put in an effort. You just kind of go through the motions. And if they score, who cares? But they're trying to fight. They're trying to at least get something.
Yeah, they're fighting for their coach and they're fighting for their team. Like you said, you kind of gotta love to see it. It's so easy to concede the entire game when you're down 10, but they're still trying. Cameron and Justice Brasher on the right side. Brasher with possession. He's got Cameron on the inside. Remember, Cameron's on a hat trick. Brasher looking for the back post, and Cameron does find his hat trick with a deflection wide open in the middle. FC Birmingham take a 12-1 lead right at the death. Second half substitution, Cameron Broom Pearson, the 18-year-old from Birmingham, Alabama, gets his hat trick. First 3 goals of the season.
Let's take a look at that. Brasher with a great run. He was the one that was onside, but with the deflection allows the opportunity for the hat trick.
And Larry, let's go back to Justice Brasher. He had it, the near post was nowhere near open. He tried to find the far post.
And
Great shot attempt, even better save.
And they're going ahead and calling it for that. They're not
Is
even
that
going to
gonna be
bother
it?
to finish up with the remaining minute or so, which is a good call from the referee staff. Not really unnecessary to continue the minute or two that was left. 12-1, FC Birmingham U23s over Atlanta City FC U19.
Cameron Broom Pearson with the hat trick at the death. His 3rd season with Birmingham and a founding member gets his hat trick. Good for you, Cameron. And it looks like that is going to be it for us today, especially for this Division I game. FC Birmingham, like my partner said, go home with a strong and comfortable 12-1 win, and Atlanta City FC are going to have to take that drive back down I-20 East to Atlanta. They're going to think about it. They've got a lot of work to do if they want to continue competing here in the UPSL, Georgia Premier, and Division I. That's going to do it for me. I'm Drew Dickinson. He's Larry Weaver. Please stay tuned. Coming up, 7 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. FC Birmingham, LGSA, Premier matchup. Playoff implications on the line. That's going to do it for us today. Like I said, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Nachos, better with Pepsi.
Thank you for watching the Atlantic Soccer Media Group's coverage of UPSL soccer.